Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture is titled "The ISS Transits the Moon." So, what do we see here? Well, here we see an image of our moon, and it's not just our moon, and if you look up towards the top, you can actually see that there's another object there, and that is the International Space Station. Now, the International Space Station has been orbiting the Earth for the last 25 years and has been used to conduct thousands of experiments over that time. Now, the space station is in low Earth orbit, so it zips around the Earth about once every hour and a half, or about 6 times in an ordinary Earth day. Now, it can also appear close in the sky to other objects, and here it happens to appear close to our moon. Now, remember, the space station is a lot closer. It's in low Earth orbit, whereas the moon is much farther away. So that means that if you had everything lined up right, the International Space Station could pass in front of other objects, such as our moon, or the sun, or even some of the planets if the conditions are just right. Now, the sun and the moon are a lot easier. Why? Because they're bigger in size. So it's a lot easier to get things lined up directly for the space station to cross in front of the moon. And when one object crosses in front of another, we call that a transit. Now, here we see the image as the space station is very close to the moon, not directly in front of it, which would be the actual transit, but very close to the moon in this case, and not that long before or after it would have passed directly in front of the moon. Now, that cannot necessarily be seen from every location on Earth. You have to have everything lined up perfectly. So it might be that some areas on Earth would get to see the transit, whereas in other cases it might just be passing close to the moon. And that's because of parallax. Parallax is the geometric shift of the position of an object and how a nearby object will shift relative to a more distant one. So the space station, being a lot closer than the moon, will appear to shift more as you move around on Earth than, for example, the moon will, being farther away. The moon would shift more than the sun would shift more than the more distant stars and galaxies. Now, the positioning of the International Space Station is mapped very well, and there are various websites online where you can go find when the space station will be visible in the sky in your area. And it very often occurs that you will be able to see the space station either generally shortly before sunrise or shortly after sunset as the sky starts to get dark, but where the space station is still being fully illuminated by the sun so that it glows brightly in the sky even as it gets dark here on Earth. So it is something very easy to see as it moves across the sky, but you've got to look for the right time that it's going to be in your location to really be able to see it. And if you want to get a picture of it with the moon, you have to have everything just right. That not only is the space station going to be there, but the moon's going to be there and in the right position, so you can get something like what we see today. So that was our picture of the day, titled "The ISS Transit the Moon." We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture, previewed to be the night sky in Brazil. So we'll see what that is about tomorrow. And until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.